there's a few things. So first of all, I think the metaverse, virtual, is going to create opportunities I don't think most of us can understand yet, right? And so as we're seeing the technology now come to the hands of the people who are delivering the innovation in that, I think they're going to do things which we never thought possible. And we can sit around and think about it all day, but it's getting the hands into the technology into the hands of the innovators is where we'll see that come through. What I do know, that underpinning that is going to be a huge amount of data, and as you start to think about what you can do with that data and how you can start to use machine learning and artificial intelligence to be able to pull signals out of that data, be able to find those needles in the haystack that can allow you to create difference, whether it's in a sales cycle or in a customer engagement or better qualifying your prospects, and to be able to provide that feedback and give those tools, I think is only going to continue to grow. And so having a platform that's going to be able to help you do that is going to be critical to the innovation that we're going to see evolve, because the data is not slowing down, it's accelerating. Right? We've got studies done at Splunk that talk about the amount of data growing tenfold over the next 3 years that organizations will be able to access. And the question is, how do you make value out of that? And again, this is where a tool like Aviso that can start to look at all of the different signals, not just your CRM system, but can start to pull data from your other platforms. And we talked about conversational intelligence, we talked about semantic learning, and being able to apply that. I think it's only a matter of time before those become more commonplace technologies. And I think we need to be helping customers and organizations think about how they are going to take advantage of that opportunity. Because there's history is littered with companies that didn't. Siebel was the dominant CRM technology in its day. It's a whole different conversation now, right? And I think as leaders and as organizations, part of our job is to think about how do we maintain the flexibility and how do we use those major trends. And I don't think machine learning is a trend anymore. I think we've done research, 90% of organizations currently have AI or machine learning pilots going on, looking at how it can help them better understand their customers, looking at how it help them better look at the signals that are coming into their organization and be able to react to that, both on the transactional data side, but also increasingly on the machine level data side and feeding that back in. If you're not doing that, I think you're gonna face threats in your organization. You're gonna have risks, and I think opening and embracing these technologies and really investing the time to understand what does Web 3.0 look like? What does blockchains and registries and the ability to remove anonymization around assets and the definition of assets and the ability to track those, and then how do you look at all the data that underlies that, is going to change business. And I think as the tools and the platforms we use will need to evolve as part of that. And again, that's where I think, we talked about the architectural flexibility of a platform like Aviso. I think that's something which I'm very glad that I would have in my kit bag as I think about how we want to move the business forward.